It's like the obesity conversation again, because that's the lens I see it through. But how do you awaken someone? And this is where shifting gears on you, this is where I have very high hopes for psychedelic therapy. But that's another one. That's a friggin' another one that it's like an FDA nightmare.
No, I will right out and say the biggest game changer for me in my like emotional, spiritual, and metabolic health was investing in that and doing, I can at least safely say here, like ketamine assisted therapy and going that route. And it was a game changer for me to have a certain level of ego dissolvement that allowed me to truly see like, what is this avatar that's like trying to be 5% body fat all the time and then what is like actually my true dying pull? Like what's pulling me in this, life, right? To help people and to, connect. And I think the important thing that made me realize, and what I realized that I was seeking with running so much, was connection. So if you come back to mom, it was connection.
Of course.
Because when running stopped, then I would say, I need to travel. I always need to travel. I need to move my feet. Driving my family insane because I couldn't sit still in one place. To the point where I had a really, very, very close friend that was just like, what are you seeking? Like you stopped running and now you just feel like you can't have your feet in one place. You get itchy feet. And that is a trait. Like, sure, you like to explore, you like to adventure. But what I realized, and I still love to adventure, and I definitely travel a lot. But what it really was it was connection. Like I'm seeking connection. And when I actually just like rooted in and like focused on my friends and connection and all that, a lot of that improved. And I wouldn't have seen that if it wasn't for having some level of like, assisted therapy in that, because it was like,
was it curiosity that made you do it? Or was it like everyone's talking about it? Oh, ketamine, ayahuasca, ibogaine now. Or was it like, I'm in pain?
Like, and I've never said this publicly on a podcast, is that like, there was a sexual trauma that happened to me when I was younger. And it was coming to grips with that and realizing that if I didn't face this, then I would never be able to truly help people. And it really was that. It was from like a focus, and it can get emotional talking about this, but like it was really being able to see that for what it is. And that was the catalyst for me to actually go and say, okay, like I'm going to advance this therapy beyond 15 years of talk therapy that was getting me this far.
I know.
Right. And being able to take that step and say, you know what, something that's like, in this case, like ketamine, you can go to it's legal. Like you can go and have someone do ketamine
is the one that's legal.
And having that level of like ego dissolvement to see like, this is not actually my true nature and not who I am. This is just a bunch of different like shells that I've put on to try to protect from traumas and things that I've done. But it made me better at what I've done. And what's crazy, Jillian, is like, this was back in like August of last year. There are so many people in the comment section of my YouTube channel that have said, something's different about you.
Wow.
Like good, positive thing. Like something is different about you, and how you explain things seems to come from the heart more. And when I realized like so much of my entire career was built upon like this same thing that we talk about, the Goggins, like how do we push through it? And imagine taking that entire idea, but putting it into diet. And I like had this realization that like, I'm like, that's constricting for people. Like people can't like, and that's forcing them to feel a certain way about diet. So when I actually truly, for the lack of a better term, like came from my heart with it, with the ego removed, my business improved month over month. I mean, revenue's been better. It's like everything has been better because I'm leading with my heart and not with this like ego shell. So when I look at some of this, like how much it could help people, and like, it really is a powerful thing. And we live in a world where we just put, I don't know, layer after layer after layer on.
As the temps start to rise, I get that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But I am done wasting money on trendy pieces that I wear once, which is why I'm obsessed with Quince. The clothes are timeless, elevated, built to last, no insane markup. I'm talking about 100% European linen shorts and dresses that start at just $30. Italian leather platform sandals, luxe swimwear that looks straight off a runway but costs half of what you'd expect. Quince partners directly with top-tier factories, cutting out the middleman so you get designer quality at a price that actually makes sense. And they only work with ethical, responsible manufacturers who care about people and the planet. Personally, I stocked up on the linen tees and the tanks, and believe it or not, a killer summer dress. Occasionally, I do wear dresses. And honestly, it finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards. Upgrade your wardrobe at Quince.com. Luxury should never mean compromise. Team, give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Jillian to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian. Choose Function because it's the only health platform that gives you access to the kind of data most people never see and the insights to take effective action. Inside Function, you can test over 160 biomarkers, from heart and hormones to toxins and inflammation, even stress. You can also access multi-region MRI and CT scans, and they're all tracked in one secure place over time. It's a near 360 view to see what's happening in your body, and that's why top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, Dr. Jeremy London, they're all behind Function Health. This is why I love Function Health. And you know what else? Lab visits are fast and convenient at 2,000 plus locations across the U.S. Just $499 a year, that's $1.37 per day for cutting-edge health insights. What sets Function apart? All the results are tracked over time in one secure place, so you see how your health evolves. Insights come from top doctors based on your unique results. These could cost over $10,000 if you did it on your own, and there are no perverse incentives. Function doesn't push supplements or pharmaceuticals. It's just powerful, unbiased health data designed to help you own your health. Learn more and join using my link, and the first 1,000 people get a $100 credit towards their membership. Visit www.functionhealth.com/Jillian or use the gift code Jillian at sign up to own your health.
I think this gets back to what you said initially, though, about calories. It's like, okay, we could talk about energy expenditure and what have you, but it's so much more complex than that. What drives behavior as well? Because I can even tell you, hey, don't have 2 cheeseburgers, maybe like
Exactly.
8 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
But what is driving you
What
to the
is
2
driving it?
cheeseburgers? And I can then say, oh, they manipulate the cheeseburger. And this is why you're driven to have 2. It's like, it's with your appetites. But it's so much more than that.
We're trying so hard to rationalize something that cannot be rationalized with a logical brain. And it is the very core and the essence of everything that you and I talk about. Like, okay, we talk about whole food. We talk about eating real food. What about these other elements of life that we throw to the wayside because it's not tangible? We can't measure this with a mechanism and we can't look at it with this study, so it must not exist.
Yeah.
What about the simple things that hey, how you were raised and the environment you grew up in and the traumas and micro traumas you've dealt, those are during your formative years, forming these patterns and these habits that are such a wide, diverse amount of input that we could never triangulate to say it's one thing.
Yeah.
Because your experiences, even if you and I were raised in the exact same household with the exact same parents, your perspective and what happened to you is going to be different than what happened to me. And it's going to send us on a completely different path of how we view food, how we view exercise. So yes, there's ways to gamify it, but I think even calories in, calories out is just a gamification. It's just a broad scale gamification. And then you could get down into these subcategories of gamification where you're, okay, keto, more gamification.
Yeah.
Vegan, more gamification.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It just
Supplements,
means
more gamification.
it's
Peptides, more gamification.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Until we distill it down to
right.
but we're actually going the opposite direction.
Yep.
And I had better results with my body composition. I had better results with my performance. Literally, my lifts increased. Literally, my performance improved when I was running because I wasn't running from something or to something anymore. Heaven forbid. You know what I saw when I was, one of the things that was really impactful for me when I was actually in assisted ketamine therapy at that point is I saw myself almost like a drone footage of myself going into the gym and beating myself up with dumbbells. How freaking crazy is that? So I was banging myself and I saw this and it became so clear, I'm not lifting myself up, I'm destroying myself. And then after that, it was my workouts became more about, I want to feel good. I want to empower myself. I want to lift to get stronger. I want to run to get faster.
Because you love your body, not because you hate it. But it's one thing to know it, and it's another thing to know it.
And I think we're just so blind to that because really to no fault of our own. It's just like we're forced to adapt in a culture that's requires you to force to adapt. But then we get down to this, like, I don't even know how to describe it. The world that we're in today, where it's like you feel like you need to micromanage every single teeny aspect of your life down to the second. Like, how can you ever listen to that internal voice? That's already hard to listen to.
Oh my God. It's so hard to get quiet enough to listen to it, let alone with all of the conflicting voices that come into your head all the time. And I think that people are just feeling so off center. So you're right. We end up looking for a tribe. We end up looking for a guru to tell us what to do.
I love that we're going this direction because this is the stuff that
Right now, the headlines are chock full of data breaches and regulatory rollbacks, making us all vulnerable. But you can do something about it. Delete Me is here to make it easy, quick, and safe to remove your personal data online. Delete Me knows your privacy is worth protecting. Sign up and provide Delete Me with exactly what information you want deleted, and their experts take it from there. Delete Me isn't just a one-time service. Delete Me is always working for you, constantly monitoring and removing the personal information you do not want on the internet. For me, I feel so much more secure knowing that my personal info has been wiped from the web, simply because I don't get all the robocalls. I worry far less about identity theft and so much more. So take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me. Now, at a special discount for our listeners, today get 20% off your Delete Me plan by texting Jillian to 64000. The only way to get 20% off is to text Jillian to 64,000. That's Jillian to 64000. Message and data rates may apply. Active Skin Repair utilizes a molecule called hypochlorous acid. And when you apply it to the skin, the molecule works by mimicking the natural immune response to cleanse, soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and support healing. Active Skin Repair can be used to treat a wide range of skin issues, including cuts, scrapes, burns, sunburns, diaper rashes, and other types of skin damage. And it's also safe and non-toxic, making it suitable for use on all skin types, all parts of the body, and you can even use it on rosacea, eczema, and acne-prone skin. With over 500,000 happy customers, thousands of 5-star reviews, and ingredients so safe and clean they can be used by the youngest member of the family to the oldest, you now have one simple solution for all of your family's skin health needs. So visit ActiveSkinRepair.com to learn more about Active Skin Repair and to get 20% off your order. Use the code Jillian. Again, that's ActiveSkinRepair.com and the code is Jillian.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.